Thank you all for coming. Thank the fundraising committee for bringing us here. We're going to have, I'm not quite sure how to deal with this. Storytellers or tellers of tales. Storytellers or tellers of tales. As a youngster, my mother would say to me, "Are you telling me a story again? Are you telling me a tale again? Well, I guess you'll have to sort that out when the night is done." If you happen to be driving along the Weathersfield Plains Road, you'll likely see our first storyteller, or teller of tales. He wrote three volumes of Weathersfield Tales, 1, 2, and 3. Steve Aikenhead will be on his daily run if you happen to be on the Plains Road when he's running through there. Steve compiled the stories of Weathersfield. He's known for his exuberance, his wit, his love of travel, hiking and running. For years, Steve has been the organizer of Green Up Day for the town of Weathersfield. Welcome, Steve.
One moment, please. See if this works. Oh, it does. I'm gonna step this way. No, I'm thinking that. Okay, good. 4 stories. Am I using the mic okay?
Yes.
Give me back, great. Dow Tilson, when he was a little boy, about 8 or 9 years old, had a neighbor, Mr. Thorburn. And Mr. Thorburn made Dow a little scythe just the right size. So when Mr. Thorburn came over to help the Tilsons with their mowing, Dow's father sent him out with his little scythe to scythe around the stones and the edges of the meadows where the mower couldn't get to it. So one day, Dow was out there sent by his father, and he was doing a half-hearted job. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to go fishing. Mr. Thorburn came over and said, "Dow, if you can't do it right, don't do it at all." Wonderful. He went home, put his scythe in the barn, got out his fishing stick and his bicycle, and headed out as far as his father. His father said, "Where do you think you're going?" "Oh, Mr. Thorburn said, if I couldn't do it right, don't do it at all." His father took his fishing pole, broke it into little pieces. He took his bike and threw it back in the barn. He said, "You go back out there and you do it right." Many years later, when Dow was working in the shops, his boss was wondering why a job Dow was working on was taking so long. "Oh," Dow said, "when I do a job, even if it takes a little longer, I do it right." Bill Barrows was an excellent fisherman, and he loved telling stories about his fishing. As he told his stories, the fish got a little bigger each time. He was in the Perkinsville store one day, telling fishing stories, and a fellow said, "Gee, Bill, I wish my uncle could meet you." "Why? Is your uncle a good fisherman?" "No, he's the best liar I ever known." Dan Jarvis and his brother sometimes had their cousins come up from New York City, and tell you the truth, they didn't like those cousins very much. Thought they were kind of smart-alecky. So one day, Dan and his brother went out in the meadow, collected some dried meadow muffins, pasture pies, call them what you will, and they broke them into little bits and started pelting the cousins. The cousins went running all over the yard screaming, and one of them went right into the outhouse. Or so it seemed. So Dow and his brother crept up on the outhouse, and at a signal, threw open the outhouse door and pelted the occupant with all their ammunition until the voice from the outhouse yelled in rage, "I'll get you for this!" It was their father. And he got them. With a whipping those boys never forgot. Number 4. Sid Bemis was a Civil War veteran. He lived with Addison Kindle and Addison's sister Emma. And one morning, Addison went into Sid's room early in the morning. And Sid was sitting in front of the fire. And Addison saw him take his last breath. Addison went out to the barn to do his chores. When he came back in, Emma said, "Oh, Addison, Sid's dead." "Oh, I knew that. He was dead when I went out to the barn." "Well, why didn't you tell me?" "Oh, he wasn't going anywhere."